Good morning.
Hello, Tul.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Great.
All right.
Good morning,
So
everyone.
we've got Sanjeev with us.
Yeah, hello, Sanjeev.
So Sanjeev, he is the president of the inner circle of eGrowth. Okay. Yeah. And Pashuupati is our speaker for the day.
Pashuupati, you are logged in from 2 accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I generally switch off the laptop camera for better bandwidth, and it doesn't work. Also, my camera has some problem.
That's fine. If these are not close to each other, it always proves to be a standby.
Mm-hmm.
So Pashuupati, I've made you the co-host in both the sides, so you can try out your presentation.
Yeah, let me just see file share.
Fantastic. I think it's working.
अतुल कल वो फेसबुक पे लाइव नहीं आया था.
आया था लाइव.
बाद में जो था जो यूट्यूब की रिकॉर्डिंग थी वो चल रही थी.
ना, फेसबुक लाइव था.
So it was showing on the screen, but Kanchan was trying it. She was not getting it. कोई particular check करना.
नहीं, पर वो लाइव ही था, तो देयर माइट हैव बीन सम इशू. कुछ इशू था क्योंकि कल बंदे बहुत कम थे जिन्होंने देखा है.
Morning, Miklesh. फेसबुक में ट्राई करो. फेसबुक में जूम से नहीं आ रहा.
So we're live on Facebook.
2212. 2212. Why is this number? No.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning, Vijay bhai.
Good morning, Ahuja ji.
How are you?
Fine. All right. आप कैसे हैं?
Nice first class.
अरे,
Good morning, Niklesh. Morning, Jyoti.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Shipali.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. All is well.
Thank you. Srividya is joining. Sandhya.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sandhya. Good morning. Good morning, Shipali.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Good morning to all of you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very well.
Very well. Yeah, Pashuupati, you put now if you have tested out, you can come over to the normal screen.
Sorry.
You can stop presentation of your presentation screen. You could stop it. Yeah, that's it. Fine now.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
good morning.
More and more people are joining in. Just wait for some minutes.
तो शेफाली जी आपका कारोबार क्या है?
सर मैं बेसिकली एक कंसल्टेंट हूँ, हेडहंटर हूँ टेक्सटाइल के डोमेन के लिए, टेक्सटाइल और लाइफस्टाइल के लिए.
Okay.
And I also run mentoring services.
Okay. Okay. Mentoring for what exactly? Mentoring for what exactly?
हम लोग करियर मेंटरिंग करते हैं प्राइमरीली प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए who are looking for some advice when it comes to their resume, their career, you know, their future, how they want to plan it, etc. तो उसके लिए.
You are going to create the future India.
Well, कह नहीं सकते. आज एक श्रीलंका से एक वेबिनार है. I am going to attend that. Price Waterhouse जो है वो उसको organize कर रही है. They will be telling about the future of the apparel and the textile industry. तो काफी कुछ उस पर depend करता है कि उनकी research और उनकी predictions क्या हैं. So हम उसी के accordingly फिर proceed करेंगे.
Okay. Why did you put your coordinates, information? I'm with the NGO. Love to have discuss about.
मैं अपनी अभी I will be sending across all the details. मैं अभी इसमें chat में लिख दूंगी.
ठीक है. आप कहाँ से बेस है?
New Delhi.
New Delhi. Great.
जी. We look forward to your session today, sir.
Thank you so much.
पशुपति जी दिल्ली से है?
मैं अभी तो कलकत्ता में हूँ. मैं 50% टाइम दिल्ली में रहता हूँ, 50% कलकत्ता में.
अच्छा. ओके.
अभी फिलहाल मैं कलकत्ता में.
It's already 9:30. We have 10 people with us. Atul, should we go move ahead?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay. Atul is the founder of eGrowth. He is committed to future nurture entrepreneurship. He spent over 2 decades in the corporate sector. eGrowth is a platform to cultivate the support structure to cause exponential growth for the entrepreneurs. As a thought leader, Atul propagates first-hand experiences. He has evolved as a hands-on entrepreneur who has adapted to the rapidly changing marketplace, from small malls to emails to cloud network culture. He's worked in various companies like CDAC, public sector organization, worked with IT platforms also. Over to you, Atul.
All right. So thanks a lot, Sanjeev. So we've changed the run through today. So what we'll do is we'll start with a small introduction on eGrowth. Then we will introduce our speaker for the day, Pashuupati Nath. All right. Not Pashuupati Nath, Pashuupati Kundu. Sorry. And after that, towards the end, that is when you, all the participants, you will get an opportunity to ask your questions. That is the time when you also introduce yourself. All right. Pashuupati, should that be okay?
Yeah, fine with me.
Fantastic. All right. So Sanjeev, you please keep taking care of the people who are coming in, joining in.
I'll do that.
All right.
Good morning, team eGrowth. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Demasha. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, I'm late by 2 minutes.
Right. So Sanjeev, you can mute everybody.
Okay.
All right. So eGrowth, the leverage platform. So I'll take a couple of minutes to take you through what eGrowth is all about. eGrowth is the world's first bad ecosystem. So when we say bad, that means business advisory and business development. All right. Our mission is to empower and enable businesses. The values are trust, courage, and growth. There are 3 colors in our logo. Green stands for collaboration. Saffron is for excellence. Blue is for opportunities. So we're firing simultaneously on 3 directions in eGrowth. eGrowth as an idea was conceived in 2014 and it has been evolving ever since. Right now, as we speak, we are a community of around 28,000 business owners spread across the country. These are some of the images of various events that we've done. In 2017, we went in for a road trip to Punjab. These are the images from there. Okay. And again, in 2017, we went on a road trip to West India. So Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. So these are images from there. In 2018, we partnered with Startup India and we were a technology partner with them for the Startup India Yatra, Uttar Pradesh. These are some of the images from that series. We've also been organizing a number of boot camps for various sections of the society, or rather the industry. And these are some of the images from that. At the bottom, you see an image with the Commissioner of Industries, Himachal Pradesh. This one is from Shimla. On the right-hand side is an image from Lucknow. This was Startup India Yatra in Lucknow. The one in the middle, this one was a boot camp which was organized for the tribals of the state of Jharkhand. And this was close to Jamshedpur in 2019, last year. Then in the top row, we've got on the left-hand side, there was an event or a workshop called The Powerful CEO, which is run by Mr. Vinod Pandita. On the right-hand side is a boot camp which we organized for Dalmia Bharat Group for their Dalmia Vidya Mandirs. Okay. We've also been doing a lot of stuff for women entrepreneurs. So the different events that we keep on organizing. We recently concluded Celebrating Womanhood, which was in its 3rd season. All right. And then last year, as we completed 5 years of eGrowth, we started looking at what next. And the answer of what next was the leverage model. Leverage model is a model to design your business. All right. we realized that a large majority of the businesses which start, they collapse between 3 years to 5 years. And one major reason for that is that they are not designed well. So the model to design your business is the leverage model. And then with the lockdown, we initiated something really exciting that is called as the CEO Talks. So you are here participating in the CEO Talks. All right. So these are some of the images of the various speakers who have participated here earlier. So we've had speakers from all various walks of life, people who are consultants, who are running their own business, manufacturing business. All right. And we've also been having discussions in between. So here we've got Manish, who's a CEA, Shri Vidya, who is a money coach, advocate Aarti, Sanjeev Ahuja, who's about Apple Technologies. And then we've had a number of discussions related to the industry. So these are some of them. We've also had a discussion for women entrepreneurs. And we've also had quite a few coaches who've been here. So Harish Mehta is one, Jeevan Pant is another, then Sukdeepak Malwai, and then we've had Vivek Pathak, and then Arjun Roy. I've also spoken once. And today we have a great person with us. His name is Pashuupati Kundu. He'll be taking us through what is called as the S4 business chassis. I will not speak much about it. I'll hand over it to Pashuupati in a couple of minutes. All right. We've also had a number of sessions in the sales and marketing domain. And we've also had sessions for power from within. So Rajesh, who's there on the call right now as well, he took this session. On Sundays, we don't talk business, we talk our lives, and that is when the session is called Chapal. All right. Yesterday we had JP Singh, who was speaking about let's switch to solar energy. All right. In one of these days, we will have Keval, who will come and speak to us about automating our business using G Suite. All right. And then this Saturday, the talk that we have is called Industry Bodies, Your Friends. So we have invited a number of industry associations and chambers who will come and speak to you, and they will share how they are friends to you, what is available to you once you join an industry association. And we would have Chapal, wherein you will be able to experience laziness, do something other than business with business friends. All right. So here are a couple of slides to share how you can associate with eGrowth. The first thing is we've got a portal, eGrowth.org. You can create your profile, you can post blogs and articles, you can list your events, you can post your requirements as well as your offers. All right. You can also associate with us through social media. Our social media handle is eGrowth.org. So Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp. Okay. I will sincerely suggest that you should subscribe to our YouTube channel, because all our CEO talks, they are getting uploaded on the YouTube channel. So today is the 36th talk. So you can imagine the kind of content which is there. On this channel, we already have around 250 videos over the past couple of years. So you will be able to experience how eGrowth has evolved, how various subject matter experts have been on eGrowth, and they've shared various aspects of their business. All right. We do actively engage with entrepreneurs, and there are different formats. There's something called as eGrowth Inner Circle. I'll speak about it in a while. We keep on organizing workshops and trainings. eGrowth Mixers are networking meetups. eGrowth Bazaar is an online networking meetup. Introduction to eGrowth. So in case you want to know more about eGrowth, there is a complete 1-hour session which happens on Fridays afternoon 3 o'clock. If you're interested, just get in touch and we'll be able to give you the coordinates. And then CEO Talks. This has been a gift of the lockdown, and we have been having a CEO Talk every morning at 9:30. And every Saturday, we organize the Industry Connect, which are discussions, and we invite various stakeholders from the industry. And Sundays are the Chapal. All right. eGrowth Inner Circle. Sanjeev ji, would you like to speak about the Inner Circle?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Sanjeev ji is the president of the eGrowth Inner Circle. He is the one who is nurturing this initiative. Sanjeev ji.
Good morning once again. eGrowth organizes so many things, and one of them is the Inner Circle. It's a structured platform. It is organized twice in a month, and there is the method of it is distributed consulting, and it is conducted online as well as offline. Online these days, and after lockdown, we will have offline as well.
4 S's.
Pashuupati,
So guys, I'll request all of you to go on mute. Yeah. Yeah. Sanjeev ji, please continue. Yeah.
The Inner Circle has a very great session called Create Session, in which the challenges of the business are taken. One of the person who speaks his business challenges, how to resolve those challenges, the empathy towards it, analysis of his business, how to develop trust, and how to get people empowered and enabled. This is what is there in the Inner Circle. Apart from having a third party education slot where you come to know about industry standards. Yeah, next please.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, over to Atul.
Yeah. So on top of it, we also build a strong foundation by interacting with various industry associations and chambers, and we bring that value to all of you as you start associating with us in the Inner Circle. All right. You have the option to subscribe to eGrowth, so you can go in for an annual subscription, an enterprise subscription, extended subscription, or you can simply start your journey as a free user, or you can also register. The registration is valid for 10 years. So since we are a business community, we keep on getting a number of deals from our members, and those are extended to the people who join eGrowth, or even within eGrowth, you keep on getting these deals. One of these deals is from a company called NX Incorporated. They are offering free web hosting for 24 months, wherein you can host 3 domains, get 15 mailboxes, get 1.5 GB of SSD web hosting. All right. Other than this, there is a company called Evotima Technologies from Mumbai who are offering digital business cards. So normally a digital business card would cost around 500 rupees for 1 year. That is being made available to the eGrowth members for free. It's called EvoConnect. Okay, so I spoke about the free web hosting. Then Favors is another partner of ours. They are into deep cleaning and sanitization of your residential as well as industrial premises. So they're offering 10% discount on their rack rate. RS232, this is Sanjeev ji's company. He is an Apple dealer, and he is offering cashback on purchase on iPhone and other Apple devices. All right. So I just spoke to you about registration. So registration is, I think, where you can start your journey with eGrowth. The fee is only 8,000 rupees plus GST. What you get by getting registered to eGrowth is access to a curated network of business owners who are agnostic of the industry. They come from various industries across India. You get privileged access to the portal, wherein you get the contact details of all the business owners who are listed. So there's somebody who's snoring. That's an awesome music, but then that's not really welcome at this point. If you can please be on mute. By being a registered user, you also are able to use both online as well as offline engagement that happens on eGrowth. It's primarily a do-it-yourself kind of a model. You create your own profile, you post your own blogs, you post your own requirements, you post your own offers, and you can also list your events. Okay, there is a one-time registration fee to it, which is valid for 10 years. And for participation in the various events, you pay as you go. All right. So this was registration. Next possibility is an annual subscription. So here are the benefits what you get by going in for an annual subscription. One is you get access to the influencer network. So I spoke to you about the association that we have with various chambers and associations and other industry bodies within India and abroad as well. We also help you with going international. So we give you premium access. So premium access means there are specific meetings or conversations. We can also have one-on-one conversation on how to build your business, what are the specific areas where you're facing challenge, and we can help you find resolution for that. And obviously power networking, need not say, this is a close knit kind of a community, and there is a lot of value which is available here. Options, you also have an option to become a part of the inner circle and also the industry connect. So we organize delegations from to various industry associations and chambers. We also organize buyer seller meetings, and we also organize trade shows. So these kind of things are accessible to the annual subscribers. They have the first right of refusal before we introduce it to somebody else. You can choose to become an annual subscriber at a cost of only 18,000 rupees per annum. And if you choose to join the inner circle, it costs you only 30,000 rupees per annum. All right. To come into the inner circle, you need to be an annual subscriber, and not the other way around. All right. So here are some of the benefits that you get when you join the inner circle. So first is the fee is only 30,000 rupees. The deals what you get is 365 CEO talks. So this CEO talk that you have joined right now, it costs 200 rupees, and for one entire year it is 73,000 rupees. Registration is waived off for you, so 8,000 rupees. Second opinion, so you can there are some of our CAs who can help you look at your accounts, so that is priced at least 5,000 rupees. Web hosting, as we shared with you, it's 4,000 rupees worth of benefit. Digital business card is 500 rupees. This total comes to 1,20,000 rupees, 20,500 rupees. And all this is available to you not at 30,000 rupees, but only at 15,000 rupees plus GST. If you're interested in availing of this, please get in touch with Sanjeev ji. Okay. The second mobile number 9810162028. This is Sanjeev ji's number. You can get in touch with him. The first number 8920926565. This is the number of Ronika, who is our community manager. And in case you want to reach out to me, you can always write to me at atul@egrowth.org. And we are available for you 24/7 at www.egrowth.org. So this was a little bit about eGrowth. Let's move on to the next piece. So it's a privilege to, if you are somebody who's interested in joining eGrowth, please write a message in the chat box that I want to join. So IWJ, all right? And then we'll come back to you, okay? And let me introduce our speaker for the day. He is Pashuupati Kundu. Pashuupati, he comes from the industry. He's been there for more than 2 decades. He has been associated in bringing some of the largest global brands. So he was associated with Kohler for a very long time. When they came to India, he helped them establish in India, and he also helped them grow in India. He was also responsible for getting Daikin to India, and he spent a lot of time with them. So he got grounded in the industry. He saw what the industry needs, how an industry comes to India, and how that gets taken to the next level. And that is when he chose to start contributing it to the other business owners. And right now he's associated with one of the the finest coaching platforms on this planet, that is called Action Coach. So let me welcome Action Coach Pashuupati Kundu. Pashuupati, I know I've not done enough justice to introduce you, so I invite you to start with a small introduction of yourself, and then take us through the topic of the day, which is S4 business chassis.
Yeah.
So I must tell all of you who are participating that you have definitely made a great decision of being on this call today, because at the end of this call, your business would have altered for good. Pashuupati, now it's all yours. I will not speak anymore.
Thank you so much, Atul. Thank you for introducing me. That was a wonderful introduction. I'll straight on move on to the topic, and in between, I'll introduce myself again.
Awesome.
So today's topic is S4 business chassis. Let me explain the heading of the topic a bit. This is, so business goes through primarily 4 stages, which is survive. When we open the business, when you start a business, as you said, many businesses collapse between 3 to 5 years. So what we need to do good or fundamentally right during the early years in order for business to survive for the long term. So survive is a first stage of any business. Then we sustain it, which means we introduce some systems, some processes, some marketing activities, some USPs where we are able to get positive cash flows and in profit to some extent. Then third is the process. Third is the phase, as a third phase where you have established a business in your current city or locality. If it's a local business in your current locality, and then you are ready to move on to the next step by expanding into other territories. That's a search phase. And then Soar is, of course, the phase where you want to take it global, or you want to take it pan-India and other regions of the world. And at this point, you'll be in a situation where you don't have to come to the business every day. The business will work on its own, and you'll be enjoying passive income, and you'll get a lot of free time. That time you can invest in either establishing new businesses, or you can spend any other way which you like, spending time with family, friends, or getting into social work, which many of my clients do. So these are the 4 stages of business. So today, during this lockdown period, many businesses are either in survive or sustain stage. So I'll be speaking primarily for the first 2 phases today. So the chassis means here, see, there are 2 cars on the left. One is a Volkswagen and the other one is the Audi. Now both the cars are manufactured on the same platform, for same assembly line, and they have the same chassis. As you know, in any automobile, there is a chassis on which the body and the other parts are put on. So the chassis is the same, right? So whether you build a hatchback which is worth 5-6 lakhs, or you build a Audi which is more than 50 lakhs, so the chassis is the same, the basics are the same. So similarly, that is with the business. We can make a business, the fundamentals of the business, if it is set right, then in the survive stage, when we are making a hatchback, that same chassis will be able to take us to the stage where we'll be able to make Audi. So that is what the fundamentals of the business at the very starting point is very critical, and that is what we are going to talk about today. Now, what are those fundamentals that we need to build on? Primarily, I'll be talking because for 1 hour session, it will be not possible to cover all the aspects. So primarily, I'll be talking about the sales and marketing aspects, which we need to cover, which we need to put in our business in a very strong way. Moving ahead, these are some of the webinar guidelines. Be in the moment, which means that be there mentally. It's early in the morning, so I'm sure everybody is fresh. So be in the moment because quite a few valuable tips will be shared. First, take notes, because don't take pictures. I would not suggest, because if you take pictures, it just stays in your mobile. So better take notes. If you write, it will get into your mind as well. So I'll definitely encourage that. Participate whenever I'm asking a question. Please participate. That will give me energy, and my energy will feed off yours. Catch hold of tea or coffee, because we are going to be here for about 1.5 hours. So that may be required. And watch till the end, because I have a gift for all of you here. So let's get going. So are you able to hear me? Please type in the chat box if you are able to hear me loud and clear. I'm not able to see the chat box, so if you can just tell me if everybody is able to hear.
There is a chat. Fair enough. So it is a yes. So we are getting quite a few of them.
Okay. So let's move ahead. You can introduce yourselves by typing a name and which city are you from, and primarily which business, the company name, which sector, so that I know which sector are you from, and I'll try to pick up examples as we go along from your sector. So let's devote 2-3 minutes for this. Your name, your company name, and especially the sector from where you are, the industry from where you belong. Yeah, welcome, Mr. Yogi, Mr. Sagar, Transport Equipment Manufacturing. That's great. Mr. Hitesh Sharma, insurance team. Right, Yogi is from digital marketing. Welcome. Hitesh from construction from Delhi. Thank you so much for joining today. So it's a mix of industries, and I'll try to pick up examples from these industries today. Right, Mr. Suresh from Ahmedabad into telecom. Right. So let's move ahead. My promise next 60 minutes will be that I'll be sharing some tips which you can apply in your business. The important word here is apply, because as you know, as I know that all of you would have been attending webinars over the last 1 month. Many webinars you would have attended. So knowledge acquiring is one thing, and applying that knowledge is where the transformation happens. So my talk today will be primarily very simple, all practical tips which you can apply in your business immediately after you go away from this webinar. So, and it is applicable for all business, for any business, whether you are in service industry or in product industry, whether in manufacturing, trading, retail, wholesaling, consulting, interior designing, any industry, these insights can be applied. Let's get ahead. So before I begin, who am I? As Atul described, I'm a business consultant with 25 years of experience. So first 20 years have been in corporates, large organizations which have more than 50,000, 60,000 people working for them. Primarily, I've worked in sales, marketing, service, operations, and HR. Last 5 years, 2016 onwards, I've been a business coach and a consultant. Primarily, I coach business owners and business leaders and help them grow their business, make more money, improve their cash flow, and introduce systems by which they can get more time and they can devote that time to something else. Like one of my clients, he wants to own an IPL team at one point in his life. So unless he gets business, how will he acquire that ambition, achieve that ambition? So it's very important to free up your time from your business. So that's one of the key things which I get to from my clients. So these last 5 years, I've consulted and coached business owners from various industries, trading, every kind of business. My goal is to create a successful entrepreneur in every family. That is what drives me. That, you know, India is a land of SME owners. To India, and if you take an average of 50 people per SME, just 2 to 3 people. So 18 crore people are involved in SMEs. And
Pashuupati, your voice is cracking. Can you do something about it?
Yeah. Okay. Is it better now?
Yes, it is awesome now. Yeah. And since we just spoken, so my request to everybody is, please don't send a chat message unless you are asked to do so, because that is very disturbing for the others. It's very disturbing for the speaker.
Right.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Pashuupati.
So a successful entrepreneur is what drives me, because India is a land of SME owners. 60 million SMEs are there, and if you take 2 to 3 people per SME, so there are 18 crore people involved in SME business in India, and if you include their families, so that takes up the number to more than 60 crores. So India, actually, Indian economy is driven by SME, and this is the backbone of the country, and that is where I want to contribute by, making them successful. So when I talk of being successful, what is success? So primarily today I'll be talking about from business point of view. So what is a successful business? In Action Coach, we define successful business as a commercial, profitable enterprise. Mark these 3 words: a commercial. Obviously, it has to be commercial thing where a good or service is exchanged for a price. So that's what commercial is. It has to be profitable, because otherwise it cannot sustain in the long run. And it is an enterprise because enterprise is something where many people work together. When we start the business, we may be self-employed, we may be starting on our own, working alone. But as we grow, we require more people to work for us to achieve our goals and missions. So that is where it becomes an enterprise. And there are ways to handle enterprise, manage enterprise. So a commercial, profitable enterprise, and finally, that works without you. This is the ultimate stage of a business where the business works for you. You don't have to devote time to your business on a daily basis. Still, the business grows, business works. It works on the basis of systems. It works on the basis of good people, good team that you have hired, and then you get time to do something else. So please introspect in your business as of now, where you are in the growth, in the journey of your business being successful. So is your business running today if you are not there? So suppose you take a 1 month holiday, will your business still work? So after this kind of introspection, you'll be able to find out where your business is and what are the steps that you need to take to reach that level. Some of the steps we'll discuss today. And moving ahead, as you know, these times are very challenging for every one of us, all business owners. It's challenging time. For the last month, we have been in lockdown status, and except for some businesses like pharma and online and other businesses are really slowed down, and they have some of my clients like who are in medical tourism and travel industry, they have really stopped. But as a business owner, we need to go ahead. We need to we need to be positive. We need to show that positivity to our team because it is our business. The buck stops with us, and it is upon us whether we want to let our business be just a bonsai or we want to grow it into a big banyan tree. It is upon us, entirely upon us. Fortunately, to make our business a banyan tree, it does not require extraordinary things. It just requires very normal, usual things, ordinary things to be done in extraordinary way. I just know this guy on the left, this gentleman on the right, Warren Buffett, his world's famous investor. He said that business is very simple actually. If you just do the basics right and do it in a very ordinary way, you can certainly achieve miles. Right? So what are those few fundamental things which we can do in the business that will help us reach the level which we want to reach? Am I audible? Clear, Atul?
You are audible, but there is some screeching thing happening in between.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is more because of okay, let me switch off the video. I think I'll request everybody else is also switched off the video, so the transmission will be better now. Yeah. So let's go ahead. What are those things which you need to take in your business and to be careful about? So as you know, in business, so there are the 7 P's. The 7 P's is a concept which has been there in the industry for some time, and today this has become even more relevant, even more important that we adhere to these 7 basics of business. So let me start with product. So product is the first P. I'll explain each of them as we go along. So product is the first P. Second is price. Third is promotion or advertisements that you make in your business. Place is where you sell, your placements, your distribution, the way you reach your customers, that is place. People is of course your team in the business that you hire. And process, this is very important. Process is your internal processes, internal systems. Any business has 2 sides. Primarily, one is the front end of the business, the other is the back end of the business. So front end of the business is where you interact with your consumers, your influencers. So it can be sales, it can be marketing. These are primarily the front end of the business. The back end of the business are all these supply chain, accounts, your team. So of course, team also interacts with your front end. So so there'll be some overlapping for the team, but like functions like accounts, functions like supply chain, they form the back end of the business. Your policies, manuals, your culture, these all form the fundamentals of the back end. Physical evidence is all about your testimonials, your proofs, because as you know, if your user gives you a testimonial or proof, then that's the best way to convert a new consumer. So these are the 7 P's which have been prevalent, which we use in our business, more or less, whether we know or not, but we apply this. But today in COVID times, there's another P. So the 8th P has come into picture, right, which is pivot. Now, pivot, as you know, pivot means to change, to alter, to swing, to make changes. So this is the time, right time. And of course, in some cases, it is mandatory now that we pivot. We do some things in all of these P's that will make our business more relevant. It will take us into that survival and sustaining mode. So let us go ahead with what we can do on product. Before that, I'd like to hear from all of you. Has it been clear till now? Is it clear what I've explained till now? The 7 P's, is it clear?
Shall I say something?
Yeah.
What I'm looking for the 9P patient. If everything is there, if the person or the employer or the owner or the enterprise head is not having the enough patience with him, then he can't drive the organization. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So patience is one important factor. Of course, that is the important factor. After all the P's will come, because as I said in the earlier slide, if you are not positive as a business owner, then everything else will collapse. So patience, positivity, perseverance, these are the other P's which are relevant from a cultural perspective. These 7 P's are more from your actual tangible business perspective. So you're very right, and thank you for that input. So let us discuss each P in detail. So the first piece, product. So as you know, in your business, there'll be many products, you'll be having many SKUs. So it is important at this moment to see each of your product lines, each of your product lines, each of your SKUs, and what is, how you can make the product better fit for today's times. Whether you need to, add some product, modify the products, make a combination, probably introduce a no-frill basic product, because this is the time where people have postponed their purchase. So whatever is not necessary, they're not buying, or they will not buy in near future. So can you introduce a product which is no frill, a basic product which will just enable to solve a problem at a very basic level, without going into the fancy parts of it, the fancy features of it. I'll give some example, and of course, new products. If you have new product line to be new way of doing business, new product lines to be introduced, that can also be thought of in this moment. I'll give you an example. In Calcutta, there's a fast food chain called Wow Momo. It's quite popular. It's there in many other cities in the country, and of course in some other countries as well. So Wow Momo is a startup. It started about 7 years back, and it's done really well. In a very short time, it has got 345 outlets now, in airport, in malls, in standalone format. So it has got 345 stores. But now in lockdown period, it has only 100 stores open, because all the malls are closed, airports closed. So only standalone stores in some places it's open in Calcutta, because it is supplying food. So but now, and it has a salary bill of 4 crore per month, because it employs about 2,700 people. So there was a big ask from the management then what to do about this salary, or this property that we have, 345 outlets. So they pivoted on their model for this period, and now they have started supplying groceries. So from a food counter, primarily a Chinese menu counter, they have now pivoted their model to become a food grocery distributor. So they've tied up with big companies like ITC, like Colgate, and they have also partnered with Swiggy in their supply chain, and that is where they have pivoted the model, and they are now, at least they are now getting enough cash flow to survive, to pay their salaries and pay their overheads. So this is one example of how you can pivot on the product part. The other example is, I can take my example as well. When I am coaching, I use in normal times, I coach one-to-one individuals, primarily one-to-one. That is where 80% of my business comes from. But now in scenario, the one-to-one business model may be a little expensive, or it may be more fancy. So what I've introduced is, it's a group coaching where 7-8 people come together, and we discuss the commonalities of the challenges that we face at the moment. So the group coaching has taken off well. It is priced very competitively as compared to the individual coaching. So that is one other example where a product can be pivoted at this moment. So in your business also, please see which of the products can you alter, can you modify, make it more appealing for the consumer by cutting down on the frills, maybe doing some offers, combining them with few other products in your portfolio. For example, I work for a garment industry. Now garment industry is now totally slowed down, so we have made some combo offers for that business, so that if somebody buys or pays the money, a little bit of money, advance money today, then the price will be valid for a long time, maybe throughout the year, because business in the second half of the year in this country is more because of many festivals and occasions. So many a business, they run better in second half of the business. So if you introduce a product today and then give the validity for the whole year, probably that will be more appealing to the consumer. Second, we go to the price. Price is where, if it's of course very important at this moment. It has always been very important, but at this moment it's critical. So look at your SKUs again, line by line, like how many SKUs you have, and where you can do a bit of price juggling, which means that interact with your suppliers, interact with the supply chain, renegotiate with them, because today they are also looking at businesses from you. So it is a good time to renegotiate with your suppliers and get a better price for your inward material. If you are in manufacturing, for your raw material, if you're trading for your finished goods, it's a good time to get at a better price, so which will increase the margin to some extent, and you can also pass on that improved prices to your consumers. That will make it more appealing. Make it so look at your COGS. In any business, COGS, cost of goods sold, that is the cost of your raw material and the other variable expenses. Look at COGS from each and every angle. Break down into sectors and see where you can. So each and every step in that COG is important. So see where you can do some renegotiation with suppliers, how you can bring down the cost, so that you can offer either you can offer pass on that benefit to the consumer, or you can have a better margin. Because here in today's scenario, the volume may not be up, so you may not be able to increase your volume, but whatever higher margins that you can get from the same volume, that will go a long way in improving your overall profitability. So pricing was the second. In that pricing, also try to create any kind of differentiation that you may have. I'll give you an example here. For example, I have a client who is in diamond business, diamond jewelry. Now, as you know, diamond is again one sector which has been badly affected. So we came up with, after a few hours of brainstorming, we came up with a suggestion and with a thought which is now working relatively well, is that now why not affordable diamonds at work? Now many people are working from home, they have to come up on webinars. So he has introduced a new series called Diamond at Work, which is very economically priced, maybe 10,000 or 12,000 rupees for a pendant or a earring. So these kind of things which are more accessible and for a normal consumer, and they also require, right? So again, a model where you can pivot on pricing part of it. Next, we come to promotion. Promotion is, of course, promotion, as you know, is advertising and marketing. It is reaching to your target audience. So many a time I get a question these days that whether I should stop promoting, whether I should stop advertising my business, because today my business is closed. Cash flow is an issue. So does it make sense to stop promoting or advertising? So in my for my answer in such cases will be that don't stop your advertisement, continue it. Again, relook at your vendors and negotiate with them. As it is, the advertisement costs have come down, especially in online advertisement. I have personally experienced it. Online advertising in Facebook or any other media, it has become quite better now. For the same price, suppose I spend 5,000 rupees, I could reach 50,000 people. By spending 5,000 rupees today, I am able to reach much more, maybe 80,000 people, 90,000 people. So the cost of advertisement has come down, and it is a good time to keep on minimum level of advertising. Of course, here how you advertise is also important. I'll cite some examples here. Like I came across an umbrella manufacturer. He's again one of my friend and a client as well. So umbrella, can you imagine umbrella being a necessity in this time, because nobody's going out. So how an umbrella can be a necessity? So he tweaked his advertisement in such a way that umbrella became a necessity. In his advertisement, he shows that the umbrella peripheral is about 6 feet, so 3 feet on this side and 3 feet on the right side. So when you use an umbrella, when you're going out to buy a grocery or something, if you use an umbrella, that automatically creates social distancing, because 6 feet people are away from you because of the periphery of the umbrella. So in one stroke, through his advertising, he has made umbrella, which is not so mandatory, not so essential in these days, a very critical item to have. That is how his business is now taking off. So in advertisement, it is very important to try to portray your product not as a good to have product, but as a must have product. So if you are in that business where you can do the shift, it is through your advertisement, your business will be better during this time. Another example in this, I have a question here. Can you tell me, the participants here, can you tell me which social media platform which is very, very cost effective, but we are not using? Hardly 5% of the businesses use this platform or use this mechanism to promote the business. It is 1/10 of Facebook cost. I can tell you I have started using it. It's 1/10 of the Facebook cost. You can also use in a business. Can you tell me through the chat that which is this platform I'm talking about, which is extremely price sensitive, price effective? Any idea what am I talking about? Atul, I'm not able to see the chat. Can you tell me what are the answers?
Yeah. So the options that we've got it: WhatsApp, Business, Instagram, LinkedIn. And my personal response is email.
Email. Yeah, you're right. Email is, of course, one good media at a very economical cost. WhatsApp is also a good way. But here I'm talking about messenger bot marketing, right? In your Facebook, you have Messenger, and very few people use Messenger as a business tool to advertise, because the click ratio in Messenger is very, very high, and the cost is also quite competitive. I would suggest every one of you to look at messenger bot marketing. There are many platforms which offer this, and it's been working quite well. Those who have used it, they have told me the effectiveness of it at a very, very nominal price. So kindly look at this model, messenger bot. Right, you can integrate your messenger with a lot of automation tools that are available in the market, and you can reach out to your customers without you being there personally. Your automation system will drive that marketing for you. And I've written in the chat, it's messenger bot, and there are many platforms where you can get this automation and link it with your messenger, right? The other way of promotion is again a testimonial, which I'll come later because that is the 7th P. And one example of which I can share here is of a travel agency, right? So travel agency, as you know, today it has totally stopped. Nobody is now traveling or even booking. So this guy, travel agency, which has been there in the market for 50 years, what he has done, he has pivoted his advertisement from a deal-based advertisement to knowledge sharing. So he knows that after the period, this COVID lockdown is over, or maybe in 3-4 months' time, when the second half of the period of the year starts, people will be looking at traveling maybe during festival time, during holidays. So what he has done is he started promoting, and he knows that people may not be going to foreign locations, international travel. Probably people will be traveling more around their home, for weekend getaways, or within 500 kilometers from their home. So what he has done is he is now giving through his post, through his WhatsApp post, or through other media, he is sharing knowledge about the great spots in the country that we have. For example, Joke Falls. Joke Falls, everybody knows about Niagara Falls, but very few people in our country know about Joke Falls, right? So he's sharing that kind of knowledge with his customer base, so that when And so it serves two purposes. One is that he remains in the consumer's mind, because he's he's sending out content every maybe twice a week. So he's there in the consumer's mind. So whenever consumer is ready for travel again, then obviously he will be one of the first few agents whom the consumer will connect with. So he is in the consumer's mind. That is one. And the second is through his content, through his knowledge, he's again portraying the fact that his expertise is much better as compared to the other competition. So these are the two positive points which he can do and which he's achieving rather beautifully through his current mode of promotion. So there are 2 points here. One, I would suggest try to make your product or service more essential, and the second is try to share as much knowledge with your consumer as possible so that they get an idea that you are competition, right? Uh, so let us go to the fourth P, which is the placement. Placement is all about how you place your products, where you place your products. So this can be, if you are in traditional business, brick and mortar, it can be your distribution network, your wholesalers, your retailers. And if you are in direct consumer business, like designing or in service sector, so placement is even more important for them because this is where you your end consumers. So look at new alliances, look at new markets. Alliances, by new alliances, I mean join hand with businesses which target the same consumers. Some of us who are from BNI here would know this point that BNI also about new alliances, powerful alliances where you join hands with businesses who are not competing with you, but both of you are targeting the same consumer. Right? So join hands with them, make new alliances, and reach out to markets. Probably the market which you are in today, may not be sufficient for the volume that you want to sustain and survive. So probably you can go into new markets. Yeah, I'm getting some of the messages that my voice is not clear. Is it so? Can I hear some more responses? Atul, is it clear?
In between, there is some cracking noise.
Right. So I think it's more of the internet, so we'll have to bear with it. But I'll try to be as elaborate as possible.
So my request to the participants is either you can listen to the cracking noise or you can listen to Pashuupati. Choice is yours, because cracking is also very much there and Pashuupati is also very much there. Okay. So we know the situation, we can't do much about it.
Nicely put. Yeah.
All right. So we are able to see the screen in front of us. We know what context is speaking on. So either we choose to live with the context or we choose to live with that there is a lot of disturbance. Right, Pashuupati?
Right. Yeah. Let's move ahead. The fifth P is the
maybe
people.
Pashuupati, maybe there'll be a strain on your vocal cords. If you can please speak slightly loud, maybe that'll help.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So the fifth P is the people. People, as you know, is the team in your organization. Though this is the fifth P, but in my book is the first P, because if you don't have the right people with you, how will you grow your business? And the business owner's primary responsibility is to create a good team, create a right team, so that the team will get the business for the owner. It is not the owner's first job to get business. The owner's first priority is to get right people, and the people will get the business for him, and people will bring in the consumers, and consumers will give the business to the owner. So this is how the circle works. So business owner creates team brings consumers take care of the business by giving turnover. So this is how the cycle runs. So people, of course, people are very important. So what you can do today, in today's times where everybody is at home, you also have a lot of time. So you can evaluate your people, where what kind of people you have in your team. Do you have correct systems for them? Are their expectations clear? Many a time there is a big mismatch between what owners expect from the team and what team think that the owners expect from them. So there's a big mismatch. So it is better to write down the KPIs, the key performance indicators, the KRAs, key result areas where are the important tasks that the person needs to do throughout the year. That is the KRA. And the KPI is key performance indicator is the inputs that he needs to do to achieve those KRAs. For example, if you have a sales guy, obviously his KRA will be to achieve the targets. Now, the KPI, the key performance indicator for the salesperson will be how many prospects does he meet every day, how many calls does he make, what are his conversion ratios, is he trained enough, does he know about the product so that he can explain to the prospects in a good way. So these are the KPIs. So both the KRAs and KPIs are important. If you don't have that in place, please, this is the right time to set that thing right. Write down the KRAs, document it. Many time everybody knows, but it is all in their mind. It is not documented. So documentation is very important because it saves you time. Whenever you are hiring someone, you just have to hand over the document to him, and that person will be able to find out that, okay, these are my important tasks which the management expects from me. So write down a very documents or manuals need not be very complex. It can be a simple one page word file. And then as your business grows, you can add more technology, make your systems more robust by introducing technology or processes. But to begin with, a simple manual is just good enough. Look at your people today, evaluate them, audit them. Which are the people who are good in skill, who are the people who are good in attitude. This is the right time to train them. Those who are good in attitude but low in skill, it is very important to train them, because these are the people who are the workhorses for your organization. So the more you train these people who are good in attitude, your business will become much better, right? So this is how you should look at people from today's point of view. Next, we go to the process. The process is all about your internal systems. It can be, it can be your supply chain, it can be your sales machine, it can be your marketing machine. Those sales and marketing are in the front end of the business, but the process, the creation of process is very much the creation of systems to drive those sales and marketing machines come under process. So do you have a script for that? Do you have people who are trained properly? So these are all that comes in process. So in process, one I would like you to look at is whether your process, is there any wastage in the process? Is there any duplication? Are two people doing the same work, or does it happen in a business that something has to be done more than once before it is set right? So look at these things. Probably there's a gap in the systems that you have developed in a business. So look at that system where it is, or the people, your team will be able to do things first time right. So the main word here, the tagline here is first time right. So if your people are not doing it first time right, if maybe your process is weak there, or make your process and system strong so that this motto of first time right can be achieved. You will see once you start going on this path, your wastage will come down, your time, even time wastage will come down, your resources wastage will come down, and your profitability will increase because your team will be more productive, more effective. Your overall business will be more effective. So this is how process improves your profitability. And in today's context, it is extremely important because every rupee that you earn or that you save is same. A rupee saved is equal to a rupee earned. As they say in a cricket, in one day tournament, one day matches, that a run saved is a run scored. Similarly, a rupee saved is a rupee earned today. So the last P of this framework is physical evidence. As you know, physical evidence, testimonials, proofs. Get as much proof from your clients, even if you are in B2B or B2C. In B2C, I get to hear from my people that, or from my clients that, many customers come to us. So how do I take a testimonials proof from them? So it is not necessary to take proof from everybody. Take proof or testimonials from those people who come to you more often, those who are happy with the product and service, and take proof from them. Proof can be in form of written evidence. They can write a testimonial for you. They can put it on your social media. They can write a review for you on your Instagram handle or your Facebook page. or even they can give you a video testimonial. Video testimonial is much better in today's times because the open ratio of any video is much higher. So I would suggest everyone to be uh, acknowledgeable about this, and ensure that you collect as much proof from your consumers as possible, because this is one tool where you can increase the conversions much faster from your new from your new prospects who have not experienced your service or product. For them to convince, this is a very easy. Time is also less consumed here, and of course it is quite economical. So I would suggest every one of you to focus upon this P as much as possible. If you go to my Facebook page as well, there are quite a few testimonials, video testimonials from my clients. So it gives me an credibility that whoever comes new to my page for the first time, it gives credibility that okay, this person is this person knows his work. So these are the 7 P's: product, price, promotion.
Pashuupati, we are at 10:30.
Yeah.
If you can please declare how much time you will take so that people can plan their day accordingly.
Yeah, I'll take another 15 minutes.
15 minutes. All right.
Yeah. So this was 1 P, and this was one framework, and the second framework is now I'm about to begin. So I hope I'm clear on these. The first framework of 7 Ps with the 8th P, which is the pivot. Kindly write in the chat box if you're clear about the 7 Ps. Yeah, thank you so much, Manish, Sanjeev, Hitesh. Yeah, thank you so much. So let us move ahead. The other framework which I'll now talk about is something, it's a very simple framework. And again, it is applicable for all businesses. If you just focus on these 5 things which we'll be talking now, you can immediately start growing your business, even in today's times as well. So what is the first goal in any business? Can anybody say in the chat, please? What is the goal of any business? Why you are doing business? In terms of tangible benefits. Okay, serve and earn profit, right? So both of you are correct. Wealth creation, absolutely. Profit, yeah, again, profit, right? So let us go to the 3 goals of any business. As you rightly said, goal number 1 is profit, right? Many a times I hear people saying that my goal is to sell as much as possible. So if that is the goal, then you'll end up selling more, but maybe the profit will not come, because as we know that where focus goes, energy flows. Where focus goes, energy flows. So if our focus is on turnover, we'll get the turnover, but we may not necessarily get the profit. So the goal number 1 in any business should be profit, because that is what ultimately matters for us to sustain in the long run. And who will give the profit? So that is the second goal. Of course, the revenue, the sales will give the profit. So we need maximum profit, as much profit as possible, and we need as much sales as possible. And the third goal is who will give us that sale? Obviously, the customers will give us that sale. So these are the 3 goals of any business, any kind of business. So profit, sales, and customers. Now let us see how we can get all of these 3, right? Moving on. So these are the output, these are the goals. Of course, to achieve these goals, we need some input. So what are those inputs? Let us see. So I call these inputs levers, because as you see in the car, there are gears, there are levers. So once you move the car, once you move the gear from first to fifth, your speed of the car increases. Similarly, in business also, if you deploy these levers in a business, and the more you get better at these levers, your business will automatically grow. Right. So what is the first lever? The first lever, due to time constraint, I'm going ahead without asking you. So the first lever in any business is lead generation, right? Because it is the first step in any business. The prospects come to you, you do some advertisement, you do marketing, you hire team go out in the market, and they generate prospects for you. So that is the lead generation. So now ideally we would like all the leads to convert into customers, but it doesn't happen that way. Uh, though that should be the scenario. If we get 10 leads in a day, all the 10 people should buy from us, but it doesn't happen. So what is the second lever? What is the lever between lead generation and customers? Can anyone see in the chat box? What is that second lever? Lever number 2. So lever number two is conversion ratio, right? So if you have 100 leads and if your conversion is 25%, you will have 25 customers. So conversion ratio, this is another lever, because if you improve upon your conversion ratio with the same number of leads, you'll have more customers, right? So the second lever is conversion ratio. Lead generation times conversion ratio is your number of clients. So now the third lever. Now these customers have come to you, so they will buy something. Somebody will buy maybe 1,000 rupee worth of product or service. Somebody will buy 5,000 rupee worth of product or service. Somebody will buy 10,000. So everybody has a price point and an invoice value. So once you average it out, the third lever comes, which is the average ticket size. So this is very simple. You just have to calculate your annual turnover or your monthly turnover and divide by the number of invoices made. That will bring to you your average ticket rate. This is the third lever. Because why this lever is an important lever? Because if you are able to increase the average ticket rate, which is exemplified by the fast food joints. If you go to any McDonald's or Domino's or wherever, these kind of people, if you ask for a burger, they the person standing on the counter definitely will ask, sir, do you need a soft drink with it? Shall I make a meal out of it? Shall I add french fries and other products? So what that person is trying to do, he knows the customer is already here in my store. So probably the customer's budget is 100 rupees. So, but if I'm able to increase that 100 rupees to 120 rupees, and only if I'm able to succeed 50% of the time, only half the time I'm able to increase that to 20% extra, my business will go up by 10%, right? So that is the importance of this average ticket rate, that how you are able to increase the spend of the consumer who has already decided to buy from you. And more or less, I've seen this lever works well with the business owners. So, but this is really exemplified by the fast food joints, the global fast food joints. Now coming to the fourth lever is the lever which is how many times they buy from you. That is also important, because for example, if I'm in a gift business selling gifts, so I would say that I would think that, okay, one person buys gifts maybe 8 to 10 times in a year. Probably, he needs to buy gift for birthdays, for weddings, anniversaries, and whatnot. So probably 8 to 10 times he buys a gift, but he buys gifts from me only 3 times in a year. So which means that 5 to 6 times he buys from somebody else. What if I can convert those 5-6 times to me? At least if I'm able to increase at least once more, from 3 times to 4 times, if I can make that purchase, my business will go up by 33%. So with the same number of consumers, with the same conversion ratio, with the same average ticket rate, but if I'm able to increase the frequency ratio of purchase, again my business goes up. Business goes up by a big amount, right? So number of transactions in a given period is another lever which you can deploy to increase your business. So now, depending upon your category, the period will vary. I had a client who was in real estate. Now everybody doesn't buy real estate quite often. So maybe his period will be, let's say, 10 years or 20 years. In that 20 years, how many times his customers have again come back to him. So it is very important to keep the data in that kind of business. So here again, if you're not measuring your levers, how many leads you generate in a month, how many conversions you make, what is the average ticket size, how many times your customers buy from you, measurement is very important. As in Action Coach we say, what gets measured gets managed, what gets managed gets better. I'll repeat, what gets measured gets managed, what gets managed gets better. So if you have to improve anything, the first thing you have to do is to start measuring it. That is how we can improve that thing. So please start measuring. Many a time I find out that the business owners have some idea, but they have not documented it. They have not deployed any system to measure it. So my request would be to start measuring all the levers, and then you'll see your business grow manifold, even in this time. Right. The fifth lever, of course, so your lead generation into conversion is your number of customers. Then the average ticket size, customers into average ticket size into number of transactions will give you your sales for the year. Now, your sales is not the profit, because you have to reduce your expenses, you have to reduce your COGS. So the fifth lever in any business is the margin, right? Why this is again a lever? Because if you are able to improve your margin by improving your processes and systems and improving the efficiency, the productivity of a business, renegotiating with your suppliers, decreasing your cost of goods sold, you can increase your margin. If your business, so here in the margin, I'm talking of the overall margin of the business. I'm not talking of the SKU level margin. Okay, if your business has many products, so I'm not talking of individual product here. I'm talking of the business as a whole margin. So how to increase? One way of increasing the margin is also to focus on the products which give you better margin, right? How to increase your focus? Probably advertise more around those products. Train your team better, so that you can they can sell these products better, more number of times. So that is how your margin will improve. So these are the 5 levers in any business that will help to grow. I want to do a Atul, I want to do a small practical demonstration with a live example. uh, just a
Sure.
moment. Yeah, so I would need one
We
volunteer.
are at 10:41, so you have to be.
Yeah, so that will not take much time.
Yeah.
So if somebody can volunteer and give me the data for his business, I can do a live demonstration here and show how improving the levers will help him increase your business. Anybody who'd like to volunteer? I just need 3-4 data points from your business. Okay, let's go with Hitesh. Hitesh volunteered. So let me write 40 leads a month, right? What is the conversion ratio, Hitesh? If you are not measuring it, kindly measure going forward. So Hitesh says his conversion is 10%, right? Yeah. So to make it more specific, measuring it. So 40 leads and 10% conversion. So he gets 4 customers. And what is the average ticket size? Average invoice value? 1 lakh rupees. Okay. So 1 lakh rupees is your average ticket size. And in a given period, in a given year, how many times do they come to you? One customer comes to you or he gives referrals. How many times he comes back to you? 5 to 6 times. Okay, let's write 5. So you see your revenue is 20 lakh rupees because you have 4 customers who buy 1 lakh rupee worth of product each time they come to you, and they come back to you 5 times in a year, right? So your 20 lakh is the business turnover. Now, what is the margin? Let's put a figure here. If you don't want to disclose, that's fine. So let's say your business margin is 25%, right? So at 20 lakh turnover, you make a profit of 5 lakh rupees. Now let's see how these levers, if you improve these levers, what happens to your turnover and your profit. So Hitesh, I want you to increase your lead generation by 15%. What do you do to increase your lead generation by 15% from 40 to 46 in a month? Can you give me some ideas? Others can also give their ideas. They can write in the chat box how they can help Hitesh get more leads. Yeah, more meetings, more calls, more your people meeting, more number of prospects in a day. Probably your, you introduce some technology in your business where you are able to manage your team better, increase the team size. Yeah, that is one way of increasing your leads. So by these ways, we have in Action Coach, we have about 70 ways of increasing your leads. 70 strategies are there. So we can discuss later. So yeah, this is important. So 15% increases. So 40 goes up to 46. Now, the next step is I want you to increase your conversion also by 15%, right? How will you increase your conversion? One way of increasing conversion is, again, stocking better rates, training your team. Training your team is very important in increasing conversion, because if your team can ask the right questions, the conversions will definitely go higher. So from 10% with an increase of 15%, your conversion goes up to 11.5. So if you see that your customers, they have already increased from 4 to 5. Now, average ticket size. How will you increase your average ticket size? Again, in conversion in Action Coach, we have about 50 strategies to go for how to increase conversion. The third level is average ticket size. 15% here, average ticket size. Again, like you can follow the way the McDonald's and the Domino's of the world operate. You can ask your prospects, your consumers, build relationship with your customers. They'll come back to you more often. They'll buy more from you. right? More reach out. Definitely, these are some of the strategies where you can increase your average ticket size. Asking the questions, generally we don't ask questions. If you ask questions, definitely people will open up and they will buy more from us, because we'll be able to understand their requirements better, and we'll be able to give them more. So from 1 lakh, suppose we deploy these strategies and 15% growth, the average ticket size becomes 1,15,000. And the fourth lever, again, how to improve it by 15%. So those who come to you 5 times a year, they should just come one more time, right? Again, probably increasing your product basket, adding complementary items to your product. If you are selling something, what are the items or services around it which you can give to the consumer? For example, if I am in air conditioning business, I've sold the product. So if I add AMC to it after the warranty is over, so that'll add to my revenue. That'll ensure people come back to me more often. So the 15%, if you are able to increase, again in Action Coach, we have quite a few strategies, about another 60 strategies to increase your frequency of purchase. So that goes up to 5.8. So now you see, by deploying these 4 levers, your revenue has gone up from 20 lakhs to almost 35 lakhs, which is 75% jump in your business. And you've done nothing, you've just made small increases in your business by 15% each. Now you know the levers, which levers to target upon, and the ratios which we need to work upon, right? So with this very small effort, with continuous everyday improvements, you are able to increase your business to that extent. As the Japanese say, the concept of Kaizen. Kaizen means small improvements every day. Don't look at large scale changes in a business. Just small improvements every day will be just fine. Margins, now you have 25% margin in your business. Again, I want you to increase by 15%, which is just another 3.8%, 28.8%. So from 25%, you increase to 28.8. How will you do that? By renegotiating with your vendors is one way. By training your team to sell the products which have more margins, that is another way. Again, by combining some of your products. So one lever can also overlap into other lever. So if you are able to increase your margin, you'll be able to increase frequency also. So you see your 25% gross margin, which is net margin or gross margin, it has gone up to 28.8. So originally, where your profit was 5 lakh rupees, it has gone up to 10 lakh rupees. So you see your profit is actually doubled. And what you have done nothing. You have just taken cognizance of the fact that these are the 5 levers in your business, and you have to work upon these, right? If you work on these levers on daily basis, you will see that you will see that your business will double. From 5 lakh rupee, your profit, it will go up to 10 lakh rupees. All of you kindly note these levers. These are the actual levers. There is no 6th lever in any business. These are the only levers which will help you to grow your business double. I hope, Hitesh, you will take this example, and others also kindly note it down, and immediately after this webinar is over, think about these levers, how you can improve these levers in your business. So quickly coming back to the old to my other file, just I have 2 more slides. So this is the summary of the lever, and as you have seen, once you start working on the levers, your profit, you'll be able to double your profit in no time. I've seen my clients and other people actually do this in 1 year time, 1.5 year time. The more you improve on your levers, the faster results you'll get. And one thing, I've spoken of 5 levers. So how to start, where to prioritize. This is the chart in terms of priority. First, you have to focus on the margin, then conversion, then average ticket rate, then number of transactions, and last is the lead generation. Ironically, whenever I ask someone that which is the lever you're going to target, they say it's lead generation. But if you see in my chart, it is the last, because lead generation is a very resource heavy activity. You'll have to hire a bigger team, you have to advertise more, so lead generation will make you spend money, make you spend your capital. So first look at the 4 levers, then last go to the lead generation. If your business is a running business, if your business is new and you don't have enough leads, then you should definitely focus on lead generation. But if you have a running business which is more than 3 years old, 5 years old, and you have a decent traction, then the other levers are to be looked at at first priority. Lead generation is the last because it is a very resource heavy lever, right? So Atul, I'll take just a couple of minutes more. As Tiger Woods said that if you are if you are an amateur in a business, amateur, like for example, when we were children, we used to play some sport like football or cricket. So football or cricket, if you are just playing for time pass or for health reason, maybe you don't require a trainer for that. But if you want to take it seriously, then you require a professional to help you, right? For example, Vikas Kohli. So if Vikas Kohli just wanted to spend time playing in school, he would not have required a coach or a trainer. But once he decided to become a cricketer, then obviously he became serious and he had trainers, coaches, physical fitness trainers and whatnot. So similarly in business also, once we try to business, when we are serious about business, it is very important to have mentors with you. You're somebody who has gone through it, somebody who's an industry expert, have mentors in your business, have mentors with you who can help you out, have people who have gone through that, who are experts in that, like coaches, consultants, have people. So this will help you immediately rack up your business. I know today education is all available in internet. You can Google and get any kind of material that you want, but a mentor will help you guide through that maze, because there is tons of information available on the internet. But if you have a mentor with you, if you have a consultant coach with you, these coaches will help you, these people will help you pick out those things which are important for you in your business, in your life. So I come to the end of presentation. Before that, I'd like to give a special gift for all of you. You have been very nice. Almost 1.5 hours you have been with me. So today, the next step, once the lockdown is over, I think every business would require a sustenance plan, a critical plan, a 90-day plan where you can again revive your business, restart your business. So this is a very critical aspect in today's context. All of my clients who I'm working with today, they are doing nothing but creating an action plan which they can deploy as soon as the lockdown is over. The planning is happening during this phase, and immediately after the lockdown is over, they will deploy it in the market. So similarly, I want to offer to you also, it's a 90-day business plan which I will create with each of you individually. It will be a one-to-one session where I'll help you make your 90-day business plan. It will be a session between 1 hour to 1.5 hours. 60 minutes to 90 minutes it will take to create that plan. And and usually my rack rate is about $100 an hour, so that's 100. But I understand in today's times where we need to be more competitive, and we need to be more easy for the consumer to take our product, and including me. So I'm willing to give a very good offer to the participants here. They have been very nice, they have been very participative. So instead of 7,500 for this, which is my usual rate, I'm willing to give it for 1,977. So this is the rate. This is the rate for 1 hour, which I will handhold you. It's on individual basis. I will handhold you and help you create a 90-day business survival plan, business restart plan. Right? This is not all for action takers who are, because I like taking action, and this is all about action coach is all about taking action, and action is what it will help you restart your business, put your business on that path of journey which is called Soar. So take the action today. And for action takers, I have even better plan, which is another offer, even better than 1,977. It is 1,500 only for the. So this is valid for the next half an hour. Those who are willing to take that, take this offer, 1 hour, 1.5 hours of individual one-to-one session to create a business plan, they can take this offer. It's just 1,500 plus GST. It is less than what you go out for a family lunch or a dinner. This will help you create a 90-day plan. Right? So this is how you need to pay. I'm getting a lot of messages on private that they want to take this offer. So this is how you can take the offer. I can give you the link here. I can write the link here.
Hi,
can I speak? This is Abhirup this side.
Yeah, Virup, go on, please.
Yeah, so thanks, Pashuupati. It's been another amazing presentation. So first, I would like to thank you because I had taken Pashuupati's previous session, which was a 4-week action plan, and I could actually increase my business 5 times. I'm sure I'll move into 10 times sooner. I think this is a great offer. So I hope my this offer also is available for me also, right?
Yeah, Virup, thank you so much for taking that. And I'm very happy that your business has grown. And
Right.
of course, this
Really great. Really great. Thank you so much for all the hand holding and thank you so much. Really thankful to you for guiding me there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhiru. And so these are the 3 ways you can make the payment. You can, paste this URL on your, paste this link on your URL. It'll take you that Instamozo site where you can pay. Or you can even Paytm to these 2 numbers, or you can transfer the amount to this bank account. So these are the 3 ways you can do it. This is a need of the hour, that 90-day plan, which once we create, I'll handle you to implement as well. So this is the gift which I had for today. I hope all of you liked my presentation. Kindly follow these 2 frameworks, the 7 P's and the 5 levers. Definitely you'll be able to grow your business even during COVID time. That is my guarantee to you. That is my assurance to you. Now it is the time for question and answer. Atul, we can take a couple of questions if we
Sure,
have.
we can. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ms. Jyoti is asking about the bit.ly link. So Atul, can you read out the questions?
Yeah. So the first question is, what is the bit.ly link? So now I think you anybody who wants to ask a question, you can please raise your hand and then we'll be glad to unmute you.
This bit.ly link is a link which you have to just paste on your URL. This is the URL which you have to paste on the website on your browser, and it will take you to that site where you can pay the amount.
Right. So any questions?
Yes, I have a question, Atul.
Yeah, please.
Pashmita, thanks for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
I want to add something here, and I want your guidance also for the benefit of each and everybody. I give the first salute to Atul for taking the.
So can you please introduce yourself? So anybody who's asking a question, please introduce yourself and then ask a question.
So I'm a Vijay Shah from the field of insurance for last 45 years. And after the lockdown, Atul unlocked the door for each and everybody. I jumped into it from the very first day. And what I find that I leverage the platform of eGrowth, and I realized I was working mostly from Mumbai only, and a very few times out of Mumbai and a very few with the abroad also. But then initially I find out there is a very opportunity very well available all over the country with this platform. And I explored this platform and I went to other platform also. So normally when you say, I completely agree with you, we can leverage the other benefits. So what I can see right now, opportunity available to me is almost more than 1,000 times what I was earlier prior to the lockdown.
So Vijayji, what is the question?
My question is how to keep the eyes and ears open and how to leverage the opportunities available in the market. What I see finally with you open the doors for me. Instead of working in the Mumbai, I'm having a presence all over India. I updated myself in the last
Right.
month.
So Pashuupati, the question is, how do you open the opportunity? How do you open the floodgates?
Yes, that's the right thing.
Yeah. So there are many ways. So probably we can discuss 1 or 2 here. One is, of course, striking up alliances, new alliances. I said earlier, striking up alliances in the new markets where you want to go.
Right.
You know, people who are targeting the same customers, but not offering your product. Right. If you are insurance, probably somebody who's who are your customers, business owners or corporates?
No, earlier I was focusing on the business owners. Now I'm going to B2B. Instead of selling to the one person individually, I'm going to sell to corporates. I'm finding a middleman also with whom I'm going to open the middleman across the country. So this is something very unique to me, which I've explained for years together. Now I got the halwa in my hand.
Yeah, so this is a good strategy to go pan-India, hiring. So this is a new placement, new distribution channel which you are appointing. And the best way to go through it is go online, make a good website. You don't have one,
Right.
Facebook page and your other social media handles. Look at people, advertise there that you are looking for people who want to work with you. Make a good business plan where it is important for you to show them what they will gain by associating with you. That is the crux of the matter.
Right.
So make a good plan, share the profits with them, and advertise it through online, because online is where you can reach across the world, across India in a very short period of time at a nominal cost.
Right.
So hiring channel partners or distribution partners is a good idea, but to reach out to them, use the online media.
Right. Okay.
Fantastic.
Great.
So we'll move on to Dr. L.K. Pandey.
Yeah, thank you. Very good morning, and it is amazing session. For me, it's a business made easy for everyone.
Pandeyji, please introduce yourself and then ask a question.
So, I'm Dr. L.K. Pandey. I'm chairman of Indian Industry Association, Delhi chapter. Mr. Yeah, you can think of something how a farmer can increase his income or double the income. I mean, just a simulation if he can make from this business. I could understand for the business, but for my main customer is farmer, and country also needs to double the income of farmers. So please, if you have something you can offline give some solution to us. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. This will require a long answer, so kindly get in touch with me.
Sir.
My numbers are here in here. This is my contact detail, so you can get in touch with me, and I'll be able to help you out. Because this is a long answer, we have to deploy a combination of strategies to help you increase your business from farmers and to help farmers grow their income. So this will require some time. So please be in touch with me after this.
I know. You can formulate some very good formula. Thank you.
Fantastic. Hitesh, you've got a question? Hitesh?
Yeah, hi. Hi, this is Hitesh this side.
Yeah, Hitesh.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Hitesh.
Yeah, am I audible? So
Yes.
I just wanted to know, will there be any impact on the export market due to this lockdown, or will it remain the same, or will it get worse? Any idea on that?
So I think this is a motherhood kind of a question, and this today's session does not warrant this question. So this may be Pashuupati can answer separately, right? Something specific
Sure, not a problem.
Something specific to this presentation, or something specific to your business, that will be helpful here.
Yeah, Hitesh, you can contact me offline.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Not a problem.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shefali, you have a question.
Yes. This is Shefali. I represent Career Genie Consulting. We are into recruitment for the domain of apparel and lifestyle industry. Pashuupati ji, I have of course seen the presentation, which is really wonderful. And I've been a businesswoman almost from last 15 years now. So that's fine. Now, what happens is that every consultant has a forte. For example, they are experts of products or services or something like that. So I would like to understand what is your forte, because see, an organization like mine, I mean, I am though into recruitments, but specific to a domain. So is there the possibility for you to be able to help?
Okay.
Yeah.
So just Pashuupati, before you answer, so right now we're done with the session. Okay, thanks a lot for being such an awesome audience. If you have some questions, we are still here for another maybe 5 to 7 minutes. We will answer all the questions that we are getting. All right. So in case you want to move on, you can definitely move on. Yeah, Pashuupati, please respond to Shefali.
Yeah, come again, please. What was your specific question?
Sorry.
my question is that every consultant has a forte. So you could be an expert of products or services. My organization is basically into recruitments and mentoring services, as I informed earlier also. But then it is very industry specific. Do you think you will be able to formulate strategies for my kind of an organization?
Yeah, if you look at these 7 P's, you'll get the answer there. So you'll have answer in the product P as well. So, what kind of products are you currently offering, in terms of your consultancy? And if the industries that you are catering to today, if they are impacted heavily by the current pandemic situation, probably you need to look at the offerings from a new angle, cater to new industries, bring in new services for your business. So between these 7 P's and the 5 levers, every answer is there. So definitely I'll be able to help you out. Or maybe we require a longer chat on this.
Yes. Just
And,
one more question, again related to this. So, see, as a person, I come from the domain of apparel textiles, but will you also be able to tell me that on the basis of what my skill sets are, what are the other areas that I can venture into as a person?
Yeah, of course, that depends on both things, your skill as well as your objectives, right? So whenever I start with anyone, it is very important to analyze the objectives and the desires. Why you want to do that? What is compelling you to do that? What problem are you going to solve for yourself as well as for the client? So these are the questions that we need to ask before formulating a business plan, right?
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. That answers my question. Thank you.
Rajesh, you have a question? Rajesh Budraja.
Yep. Hi, Mr. Kundu.
Please introduce yourself and then ask question.
Yep. Rajesh Budraja. I'm from New Delhi. I have 44 years of experience in industrial air conditioning and ventilation. And currently I'm offering technical consultancy services to the industry. These are large and medium industry. So in this kind of a service, I do see you have the 8 P's and the levers. Have you handheld any such kind of platforms?
Yeah, in fact, I'm from also air conditioning industry. I used to work for Daikin. There I worked for 10 years.
I heard that. Yes.
10 years I was in Daikin, and I have clients in Calcutta who have been in air conditioning business for last 50 years. So in today's times, what we are doing specifically for that client is he's reaching out to all his database. He's reaching out to all his clients, and since he has been there for 50 years, it is impossible to reach out to all clients, right?
Yes.
So we have done a 80-20 ratio. Like, as you know, in any business or any scenario, 20% of your clients will give you 80% of your business, or 20% of the effort will give you 80% of the output. So we have first shortlisted those 20% of the clients who give them 80% of the business, and we have reached out to them on daily basis or weekly basis. We are giving free guidelines on how to maintain their air conditioners, right? Because today the offices are closed. In homes also the temperature is not so high, especially in Calcutta. So people are not using AC so much. So how to keep the ACs in good shape? That is what.
Yeah, that's not the service we offer. For example, a client wants to air condition or air cool his shop floor. So we design the total system for him and set up the vendors he can buy these systems from, and then we kind of support him through the execution project. So we are pure consultants. We don't sell products.
Yeah, so that's fine. That's fine. In your case also, I'm just giving this as an example, as a metaphor you can apply in your business also. That you also would be having clients who have worked with you more often, more than once, isn't it? Who have come back to you quite a few times in the past few years. So the important thing is to be in touch with them. Be in touch with them. Keep up the communication channel. This is the first thing that I suggest to every one of my client, that keep up the communication channel. Even if your client doesn't need your product or service today, don't stop the communication. Keep up the communication. Definitely that will help you to be in his mind space. He will occupy his mind space, and whenever he requires a service, you will be the first person probably he will contact you, right? So keep up the communication. keep and give some share some knowledge which will help him in his business, particularly to the industry that you belong to. If let's say if it's a B2B client, suppose you have helped a developer design or install a central air conditioning system, where it can be VRF or it can be a chiller system. So probably reach out to the customer of that developer. You can tell the developer, okay, I'll help out your customers maintain their ACs. I'll give them some tips where we can, they can keep up the ACs in a proper shape. So these do these kind of services. The developer will also be benefited. He will also score a brownie point with his clients. Okay, so that by that way, the clients will also find out that the developer is taking care of them, right?
Yep.
So these kind of things you can do in today's times, and definitely when the market opens up and things will become a little more normal compared to today, then of course then you have to again start your prospecting. And but in again I would suggest that go back to your old clients. They will give you referrals, take testimonials from them. This is the most important thing to be done today. If you don't have testimonials from your previous clients, please ask them to give you.
Right. Okay, thank you.
So fantastic, Pashupati. I think this was awesome. So thanks, Rajesh. I hope your question was answered.
Yep.
All right. So thanks, Pashupati. Let's close it for the day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Once again, for those, just a minute. So once again, those who want to take up the offer, they can take a picture of this and they can contact me later, or they can immediately pay to the bank account, or any of these three.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Atul, and thank you all the participants. You have been quite wonderful. Your participation has really, helped me to drive on, put up my energy to the last point. Thank you so much. My contact detail is 99030100879.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Thank you so
So
much.
with ending this meeting, let's catch up offline. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Bye.